This is going to be a video that a lot of you may not agree with, but we're going to talk about it. And it's the direction the fishing industry is moving from what we've seen at iCast and innovation the past 2 years, 3 years. You know, this is all my personal opinion, but as someone in the industry, both on the lure side and the creator side, we're not seeing a lot of uniqueness anymore. And I think it's inevitably going to ruin fishing. Before we get any deeper into this, these are all my personal opinions. And some opinions that collectively I've heard that are very similar between friends in the industry and other business owners. So be civil in the comments, because some of the things we're going to say you may not like. And that's fine. And again, it is my opinion. And I want to hear yours. And that's why I'm doing this video, and I never do them. I think as the fishing industry moves and tech gets higher, we need to really think about how often we should be doing these shows. Because if we're not able to truly put out products that are game changers, right? And we talk about game changer, innovator, best on the market. If you see my short form content, I harp on making fun of those. And I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I think companies are rushing to put new stuff out because they feel they have to at iCast. That's just me. I know a lot of you may not agree. That's fine. I want to start conversation about this because it is something a lot of us watch and look at. And this time of year is like Christmas for us, right? We're building our list on things we want to try and buy. And I don't go and look at this new reel. I don't make that kind of content, right? I use this stuff. But I think as a whole, it's a lot of copy paste, copy, keep up with the Joneses and push it out. And I just really strongly think every 2 years would be a better move for iCast. iCast has been pretty disappointing for product releases. Not for just the products, but people's responses to the products, right? And that to me is off the jump an issue as a designer, because nobody has the chance to see it be implemented before they already start fanboying another brand and putting down someone new that's putting something out that may be intro to their market, that's new and has tech that may not seem fitting to you, but probably is for a mass majority of people that they might have feel or put out this product to. Now, I'm not going to lie. I am extremely disappointed with some of the brands that are releasing products that other brands are truly known for at their core. And I'm not going to say who these brands are, but from anchors to other things like that, there are staple brands on the market that these other brands don't have to tap into. They already are known as some of the most elite brands in their respective field, right? And it just seems like now you're just stepping on toes of another brand. And who knows, they might be working with them in a partnership, but how they're advocating and portraying their product as if they created this thing. And that kind of takes away from paying homage to the ones that inspire us to innovate, right? To change what we're doing. So it's a little disappointing to me. I use a lot of these brands and I respect them, and I make content not for them directly, but for their products because I believe in them. And now we're seeing a shift where instead of focusing on what they're really good at, they want to put their hands in every single pot that they can. And it's for money. It has to be. Because if there are other brands out there doing it for years, very efficiently, efficient is the key here. Efficient. The product is efficient and it has been refined. There's no need to tap into their market when we're all in the community together and can feed off of one another. So obviously this is a rant, because it is. Because a lot of my life is dedicated now to fishing, whether it be the content or the lure industry. It's very disappointing because now you really just don't know who you can trust working with as a brand, right? Because are they going to copy me? That's a question you have to ask every time you talk to another brand owner now. If you get in with them, are they going to copy my design? Or are they going to let me stay in my lane and they're going to stay in theirs? That's a very unsettling feeling as somebody in the industry, right? Because a lot of us like to partner up and work together and share ideas. But why are we going to do that now? If we see all these brands taking ideas from each other and just not even changing it really, just putting it out. So I have seen a ton of really cool products at iCast this year. I have. There's some awesome tech and some new baits that are coming out that are really cool. But instead of designing new, a lot of people are feeding off trends, which is what you do in this industry, right? Something's popular, you make your version of it. But it seems there's not a lot of time into making it your own. It's very cut and paste. And for me, that just is very disappointing as a consumer, because what may seem like years of development is really not, it's months, because of let's take fuzzy baits as an example. Everybody is putting out fuzzy jig skirt material baits. And yes, they catch fish. But a lot of these designs are sloppy, man. Like, in my opinion, they're taking pre-existing baits they have and they're threading them with jig material. Like, come on, innovate, do something different with it. $1 million companies reusing molds, right? And maybe just tweaking them slightly. And this is a rant, again, no names. But it's really disappointing to see for the premier show of fishing. This is what we're putting out. This is what we are putting our stake in. This is what we're priding ourselves on. Should iCast be every year? Or should iCast be every 2 to 3? I understand as a company you have to put something out to stay relevant. You do. If you don't, everybody else is going to be ahead of you. But if everybody has to wait 2 to 3 years to show their stuff, how much more can they put out in 2 years? A lot. There's no rushing to get it done. There's no rushing to get the content. I understand creators and everybody love showcasing their products every year, but with how this is going, it looks like the same stuff over and over. And brands are even bringing old products to demo. So what does that show you? That there's not enough time. And again, this is my opinion. I'm going to say this throughout the whole thing. But if you are not truly making something new, why are we showcasing that? Why? To me, it's trying to repetitively just grind it into somebody's head. Maybe it didn't sell because it didn't have the spotlight. That happens. Content has variables that we cannot control with algorithm and people buying the baits and fishing them right and having success on them. That takes time. Seasons everywhere are different. So if you put out a bait that is traditionally good in certain water temps or whatever, you're not going to get a consensus right in 1 minute as soon as it releases. You got to wait for the seasons to hit in the right demographic for people to fish the products. So I get it. But everything I'm seeing this year is nothing that's really like blown me away. You know, there is a motor that came out. Everybody jumped the gun on a price tag. But now the content's slowly starting to come out. That thing's got a lot of tech. I will name drop that one. That's the Garmin trolling motor for kayaks, right? When the first post came out on it, everybody was berating this thing on price. But the more I watch, the more the price is justified. Now, is it justified to me? No, because I do not have a use for that style motor. I don't. I use Newport vessels. It fits my fishing. But there are a lot of people out there that this motor could be the one. It integrates to a lot of different things. The tech is there to justify the price. Yes, it doesn't come with a battery. That's fine. Buy a battery. There are other motors on the market that are almost the same price, right? That don't have the wireless inter-ecosystem that this one does. We won't keep talking about that one. But yeah, I don't know. Are you guys disappointed? How do you feel about it? because I never sit on camera and talk about this, but it has been such a hot topic with my friends and coworkers in the industry and peers, and I think it needs to just be talked about in a way that's not making hard accusations at brands. What do you guys want to see? Because if it were up to me, I say push this thing every 2 years, do a micro show or a convention, a little bit different style, and give the brands time to actually develop products that we are going to use right out the gate. Again, keep this conversation civil. I'm doing this so we can kind of talk together. I want to see y'all's opinion on this. There are a lot more people watching and looking for these responses than you think. Because if it keeps going like this, I really think the fishing industry is in some trouble. I do. Maybe not now, but for our kids. Leave the comment. I'm out, y'all.